Today we're going to talk about waves. This is our waves notes part 2. Please make sure that your notes are open to your correct page, and we're going to take notes today on reflection. First, we need to define reflection. Reflection is the bouncing back of a wave when it hits the boundary between two different media. Remember, the word media is plural for medium, and we learned in our previous notes that medium is what, or media is what waves travel through. And we said that can be solid, liquids, or gases. Here in this picture, we see the reflection passing from air, that is, or gas, which is what the light is going through first, and then it's bouncing off or reflecting off a solid, which is the mirror. So that is the two different media that are existing in this picture. Now we need to illustrate the reflection of light. The first thing you need to know is that the light source, as it hits the mirror, is called the incident ray. So that light from that flashlight as it hits the mirror is called an incident ray. That ray that then bounces off of the mirror is called the reflected ray. So we have the incident ray and the reflected ray. And within that bounced off wave, we have the angle of incident. You can notice the angle of incidence is next to the incident ray. We have the angle of reflection. Please notice that that is next to the reflected ray. Please make sure to label this on your page. Now let's talk about some real-world examples. First, the most common real-world example is when you look in a mirror or when things bounce off of a mirror. Mirrors bounce off light waves and allow you to see yourself, your own face. So that is a great example of the reflection of light waves. We also see the reflection of light waves when we talk about surfaces of water. So you can see this great picture of this city landscape that is reflected off of the still water in front of it. So the important thing to know is that smooth surfaces result in crisp reflections that we observe every day, but the rougher surfaces diffuse more of their reflection, and so it's harder for us to see what is being reflected. So you can really see that well illustrated here in the upper left-hand picture of the smooth water surface versus the wavy water surface. Now we're going to talk about reflection of rope waves. Here we can see the difference between loose end and fixed end reflection of rope waves. Now let's talk about reflection of sound. We have incoming sound and reflected sound. So we have this incoming sound and reflected sound. And outgoing sound is what goes through the medium there. Please make sure that this is illustrated. So there is a lot of examples of reflection of sound. So if you have a speaker aimed at a wall, some of that sound will reflect, but also sonar is a really great example. Sonar is a tool that many animals use in order to quote unquote help them see better or help them understand where items are. And what sonar is a send out of sound, and then it bounces back to that animal or submarine and lets them know where other organisms or other items are that they need to know about. So this is a real world example of the reflection of sound. So hopefully you now know about reflection of light and reflection of sound.